Trump's DOJ is also winding its way through the courts and finding a lot of turbulence. Politico reports that judges have ruled against some of the ICE detention practices not 10 or 100 times, but 10,000 times in most of the cases, 90%. So this was an exhaustive report that reminds you why, if you've heard a little bit less about immigration lately or Stephen Miller taking a back seat, partly it's because in a slow, long-term way, some of those drastic measures have been trimmed. Judges ruling against Trump more than 8 times the amount they ever rule for him. So that's a lot of losses. Trump's DOJ, of course, is still trying to find ways around all of this. And that has included these ploys and tricks where they have acting prosecutors and temps trying to do things that the permanent people, the nonpartisan people won't do. And other times really playing fast and loose with whether they have to follow all of these rulings. They've also drafted a legal opinion internally which says they think they have the power to take state voter rolls. Federal courts, though, have already ruled against that. And so the DOJ writing up its own internal memo about something that violates a court order is itself a problem. The memo claims that they are authorized to compel states to produce their voter lists. DOJ says they want this in order to combat non-citizens from being registered to vote or making it onto those rolls. Now, if that is the reason, and that's a big if, they don't need to do this because we already have data and voluminous evidence from the state level that states already do that, and you just don't have a lot of folks ever making it on the rolls who are non-citizens. And so, again, we want to show you the facts and the details, but it doesn't look like a good faith effort to actually prevent, say, voter fraud or secure the election. It looks, just like the IRS case and some other things that they're trying, like an effort to abuse power. When you think about one of the Democrats who's emerged as kind of the big counterweight to Trump, no matter who runs for president next time, it might be California Governor Newsom. And that, of course, comes out of one of the top positions in all of local and state politics because California governor runs, of course, America's most populous state. It's also, counted on its own, the 4th largest economy in the world. That's part of why Newsom, of course, has taken center stage. Now, to replace him, we have Democrats like a Biden vet, Becerra, Congresswoman Porter, a billionaire who ran for president, you might remember, Steyer, former Mayor Antonio Villaraigosa, he's been on this program, another mayor, Matt Mahan, former Congressman Swalwell, of course, recently dropped out amid scandal. Republican candidates include a Fox News veteran, Steve Hilton. Now, this primary is coming up in a couple weeks, June 2nd, and as we turn to what's going on out there, we are joined by San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan. He's the Democrat running for California governor. Welcome.
Thanks, Ari. Great to be here with you.
What would you do as governor, and would it be different than the current governor I mentioned?
Well, Ari, thanks for having me. Look, we're going to build on what Governor Newsom's done, and we're going to fight back against an authoritarian administration that's harming Californians and working people across this country to feed his ego and score cheap political points, whether it's his tariffs, who are punishing our farmers, a war in Iran that still can't understand what we're doing there, and we're paying for it at the pump. Gavin Newsom has led the resistance, and in addition to using the courts and the bully pulpit and all of the tools at our disposal, I also have tried to make the case in this race that the best resistance to Donald Trump is delivering results. California needs to lead the way by building more housing, upgrading our energy grid, improving our public schools, and showing that our values of inclusivity actually work in practice, that we actually can create a better quality of life, more affordable life for people. It's all about opportunity.
A lot of people around the country know about Newsom from going after Trump. You sort of criticized him as being a little too much of a Trump echo, ditch the internet memes. Why was that important for you to say? You're not running directly against him, of course. And what does that say about the type of leadership you want Democrats to pursue looking towards the next election?
Well, I want us to use all of the tools in the toolkit to make life better for people. And as the mayor of the 3rd largest city in California, I simply wanted to deliver the message that in addition to holding a mirror up to Trump, and look, I think what Governor Newsom's been doing is very important. And we're using the courts as well. I've sued the Trump administration. I appreciate the governor and our AG's efforts to fight back through the courts. But let's be honest. Donald Trump thrives. And his movement, this MAGA movement, thrives when Democrats fail to deliver results in people's lives. And I have been laser focused as mayor of San Jose, and you've seen some other emerging mayors like Mayor Lurie in San Francisco who also get, and we need our next governor in Sacramento to be in lockstep with us, that we have to end the era of encampments and get everybody indoors into shelter and treatment. We have to remove barriers to building housing so that middle class and working families can thrive in California again. We have to be accountable ourselves for delivering that higher quality of life and upward mobility that has drawn people to the Golden State for
and now
generations.
I got 40 seconds, kind of tough, but how do you lower prices and create jobs in California?
Well, in California today, we've ironically got a regulatory environment that has sometimes backfired. Sometimes to achieve our climate goals, we've got long-time regulations that prevent us from even upgrading our energy grid. If we're going to deliver high-speed rail, clean energy, the housing we need, we've got to make it easier to build and invest in the things that we so desperately need in our state. And that's what I'll do, because I've done it as mayor of San Jose. We're building thousands of homes and creating more space and opportunity for working people. That's what California's got to deliver in the years ahead.